Hey, shalom, 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 shalom. You're watching IUIC Atlanta Cuts from the Street.
Cuts from the Street.
With me, I got Soldier Solomon.
Soldier Aiden.
Hey, we got a new face. We got a new face on the camera. New face on the camera. And guess what? Today is Inauguration Day.
Oh, man, you mean Obama ain't gonna be president no more?
Obama gone, man. Yeah. Obama gone, man.
Get the hell out of here.
What we gonna do, man? But hey, we're about to see the reaction of our people, you know.
Yes.
As you know what we do. We come to them raw, unexpected. They don't know what they're gonna get until them scripts come out. Lord's will, one repent. But until then, we out here giving them the cuts.
This cuts from the street.
Whoa, on the street, nobody can see my nothing that's me in this lonely street. On the street, nobody can see my
I'm here with my brother
Akoma.
All right, I'm Uziel. You're a very talented brother, man. Like I said before, you know, we're gonna ask a few questions about the inauguration and everything. So, how do you feel about Trump being the new president now?
I would say to Trump being the president now, it's not just what I say. If you look at the inauguration, you look at how many people showed up to Obama's inauguration, the parades, the pre-games, the people that just showed up in so many numbers that were just felt, the presence, compared to today, it was like a day of mourning. People wanted to take the flags down for a second. I mean, so many people were not lifted up. They were just saddened by the next phase in life. So it's not just what I've said, it's what America has said, it's what the world has said. We're kind of mourning the future.
We with my man
Tyler.
All right, Tyler, I'm sure you heard the news today about Donald Trump being elected or being inaugurated into office today. What's your thoughts on Donald Trump being your president?
I think it's not a good thing right now because we can't really trust him or like really listen to pretty much anything he says because like he never really gives us a solution to any problems. He just kind of like say things and just stamp it. He don't say how he gonna fix the problem. He just like I'm gonna make it great again, you know, like, and he don't say nothing after that. It's like, how are we supposed to like trust you and actually like be happy with you being our president and you're not showing us anything or even trying to?
Hey, we out here. I'm out here with
Marlon.
Marlon. All right, Marlon. Ask you a couple quick questions about our current president. I know you've been paying attention to the news. You see our current president. How do you feel about Donald Trump being our president?
Honestly, you know, I'm not too excited, but I'm hopeful, you know, that, you know, he's gonna do an all right job as our new president. Coming off of Obama, I don't think he can't do better. I hope he can, but, you know, not too excited.
What's your name?
My name is Rashad Harrington, freshman at Georgia State University, art major.
Okay. Now, I'm Uziel. How do you feel about Trump being the president?
I feel I feel like it's interesting because he's crazy. But at the same time, it's interesting to see what he's gonna do because he's said some crazy stuff. He's offered some crazy ideas. But at the same time, I just want to see what's gonna happen.
Tell us a little bit about your feelings with Donald Trump, man.
I think he just makes ridiculous comments that are racially insensitive and insensitive just to everyone in general. But I hope that we have like I hope that this is a big opportunity for America to change. We can really grow with this. Like this will be a time for not only us as Black people and minorities of the country to support. I think we should support change, and I think we can really voice our opinions and help guide like our future, help our president guide our country in the direction that we want to go. So,
okay, what about you?
I do not have a problem with Donald Trump or anything. His views are very interesting, but just the way he expresses himself is just like people can't get along with him, you know.
So you think that Donald Trump's cool with you, right, in your books?
I mean, I don't have a problem with him, but I do not support him. Like, I'll say that.
So you're kind of like just in between.
Definitely in between. I've never been into politics much. I did support Obama all the way.
Okay, why specifically did you choose to support Obama?
Oh, you know, because he's black. You got to. And his even though he did, I don't think he messed up the economy, because like Bush kind of messed up the economy. And then when he came into office, it was just like, all right, who's this new guy? Who's this guy how is he gonna fix jobs? How is he gonna fix healthcare in the world? I mean, in America. And
all right, can I have your name?
Chelsea.
All right.
Marlena.
Okay, so you didn't vote.
No, I did not vote. Because, you know, I was at school, I'd have a ride to the polls, I had to go all the way to Clayton County. This is too much. Huh?
South side. All right, so you voted.
Yeah.
Who'd you vote for?
Hillary.
She won the popular vote.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I mean,
So why isn't she the president?
because of the Electoral College.
So does your vote matter?
Not in this election. Not really. It does not matter.
Inauguration of Donald Trump. How do you feel about him being our president?
Honestly, it sucks, man. We didn't really go out, vote. It just shows like how much we don't really care about the whole political system right now, as much as we should, as far as using our rights and everything. So it's just gonna be a constant reminder for the next 4 years for me.
Okay. So did you vote?
Yeah.
Who did you vote for?
I voted for Hillary.
Now, you know Hillary actually won the popular votes, right?
Yeah.
So I mean,
Electoral College sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know that shows that, you know, we really don't have too much power when it comes to our votes, really.
True, but true in that sense. But then the House and Congress and everything, like just everybody we vote on local scale and everything like that, we should take advantage of that as well. And we kind of like overlook that whole thing, primaries to anything. So,
Did you vote?
I did not.
Okay. Did you vote?
Nah.
Nah? None of y'all didn't vote? Okay, y'all believe in the Bible?
Yes.
You believe in the Bible?
Yeah.
You know, according to the Bible, you did a right thing. Because Deuteronomy 17, verse 15 says, we're not supposed to vote for nobody that's not from our own nation. And definitely, as you can tell, were any of those one of them, Hillary or Trump, were they for us as a community?
I don't really know, but I don't think so.
Nah, well, you're Haitian. You say you don't really know, but Hillary and her family, they've been oppressing that country, Haiti, for years, for decades. Right now, she has her brother mining gold from Haiti, you know, stealing from the country.
Ari, what we out here doing? I know you know the news today, man. Trump got inaugurated into office. How you feel about that?
Man, I don't really agree with that decision, but we have to live with that decision. So, but I do know there's one God that we serve, so I'm just gonna go off of that. Trump might be in the house, but he can't control what we do as human beings.
Hey, that's a strong point you made, man, because one of the things that we do is we kind of teach our people who they are according to the scripture. So do you believe in the Bible?
I do believe in the Bible.
Okay, so in Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 15, make sure you check this out. It tells us that we shouldn't vote for anybody outside of our race, meaning the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. We the same people according to the Bible. We make up the 12 tribes of Israel. And according to God, we shouldn't integrate, nor should we vote for another race of people to be over us as head.
Unfortunately, I think he's just going to worsen the black state.
Okay, that's a heavy point. You say he's going to worsen the black state. So now, pretty much you don't think he's going to do anything for the black community?
I don't think he's going to do anything for any community other than the wealthy 1%, personally.
Now, with the president that left, what did he do for us as a people?
Okay, let's think about track record. So, Affordable Care Act, 20 million people more have life insurance.
I'm speaking as so-called African Americans for us.
For us. I mean, if you think about the majority of the lower percentage of America is the colored brown people. So when you think about what he did with the Affordable Care Act, bringing millions of jobs back into the community, that's directly affecting our community.
But the stat says that the employment rates are way higher than it's ever been in history.
Employment rates as in more jobs, or employment rates as
unemployment, less jobs?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
So I would check them again, because the stats also say that in comparison to coming in, we were going into a depression. They say more jobs have been formed than the latter. So I would check those stats again, because a lot of people had obscured views of what they want Obama to represent. So is Obama the black savior? Is he the African man's God? Of course not. Nobody's our God. We're our own God. But did he do more for the community? Just his face alone, for my little brother saying, hey, one day I can be that. One day I can do a little bit more in this community. That type of effect, that type of outreach in the community, that goes beyond the paper. That goes beyond a number. You can't really put that onto a document. That type of feeling is just felt in the heart, in the soul, and you feel it in the community.
But on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you rate Barack Obama as our president?
I mean, I got to give him a 10 across the boards. I mean,
a 10 across the boards?
10 across the board. Nobody really appreciate the stuff that he has like really done, and nobody really appreciate, you know, all the sacrifice he made for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had to deal with all the name talking, all the slander, you know what I'm saying, from everybody that was against him, and he, you know, he always powered through it and kept it going and kept it pushing, and he, you know, provided as a president like he was supposed to.
So, tell me something that Barack Obama did that directly affected the African American community.
Just being president, period.
What did that do for us?
That showed us that there can be a black president. That showed us that we do have the power to, you know, actually be someone important. You know what I'm saying? A lot of kids our age ain't really thinking about too much, except smoking. You feel me? A lot of people our age not really thinking about nothing at all. And I mean, just seeing that should be some type of motivation to be like, you know, I could be something. You know what I'm saying?
But a lot of kids may have the thought that they want to do something, but their communities may not allow them to be able to do those things based off of what? Poor school systems, you know, things like that. So that's why I was asking, you know, what things did Barack Obama directly do for the African American community that we can sit and say a lot changed for us since the last time someone was in office?
Well, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm extra smart. I don't know, honestly. It's just, you know, I just appreciated the fact that I got to see a black president, and I was, you know, I might not see one again.
Now, with that being said, what did Obama do for the so-called black community?
What did Obama do?
Yes.
I believe that Obama actually brought the African American community together.
Give me some examples.
Okay, so can I take this?
My bad.
Oh, sorry. Okay, but the first one, when he got elected, everybody and their mom was rooting for Barack Obama because it's the first African-American president ever. So, you know, everybody wants to just join in. Everyone wants to, like, be one, and so we can just, like, win and, like, make history. The second, I believe, he actually spoke out on the Black Lives Matter stuff. He spoke out against Trayvon Martin and a whole bunch of other people. And I believe that that should be addressed. I believe that, yeah, there could have been further actions taken. However, I believe that the acknowledgement is actually a start, because at first, presidents didn't really acknowledge the African American community. But I feel like since Barack Obama personally is connected to it, he feels more of a connection.
Okay, so what did he do, like something you could put your hand on and say, he made this better for us?
I wouldn't say, well, me personally, I wasn't really independent when he was a president, because I was in middle school and high school. But I would say from my perspective, he helped people emotionally and mentally, because in the back of their minds, like they were like, my president is black. At the end of the day, he's still going to care about us. When it comes to Trump, when it came to Bush, when it even came to Clinton, when he had that whole jail crisis, like there was still that back of the mind, like we're oppressed. The white man oppresses us. While when it comes to Obama, it was kind of like, yeah, we may be oppressed, but at the end of the day, we're going to be all right.
About Obama, how did you feel about Obama being the president?
I was great. That's my president, you know what I mean? Like, that's the only president I really knew growing up. I'm only 19, so, and it was a great 8 years. And coming off of that, I don't think, you know, Trump is really the best qualified coming off of Obama. But, yeah.
Okay, now, question. Now, what has Obama done for us as a community? Like, has he changed anything?
I feel like he has. We've come a great many ways, you know, as a country through Obama. Racial tensions, gender equality, everything, really, I feel like.
You voted for Hillary, right? And you wanted her to be the president. So what do you think she would have done for the so-called black community or the minority that Trump is not going to do?
You want to take that one first?
Yeah, I'll take it. So personally, just from reading articles and just listening to all the things she has to say, I don't think that was really her main focus, but I think I don't really think, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't.
I personally feel like they only targeted those audience just to bring in votes, yeah. But I do feel like some of what Hillary said, she would actually back up if she was to take office compared to Trump, because he even recalled some of his statements after he was elected.
All right. Now, I want y'all to think deep. What did Obama do for the so-called minorities, the blacks, the Hispanics? What did he do? What did he change for us? What did he make better for us within his 8 years?
You can take this one.
I think the biggest thing, just him being in office is such a milestone for African Americans and the black community itself.
How come?
It gives us something to aspire to. Like, African Americans can literally become anything we want. Like, he broke that boundary, and now we have endless possibilities.
Okay.
So I'm going to go a little beyond what he said. I'm not going to say he did something for just a minority, but for people in poverty. He was trying to find ways to help bring that up, you know, with the Obamacare plan, just trying to just make it better for people.
What about you? Did you expect anything from Obama, or looking back at it now, is there anything that you wish Obama would have done for maybe our community or just anybody in general?
Nobody in general. Just like, I know there's like a lot of problems in America, but you can't tackle everything. But he did do a good job on what he can, like what he did do. So I'm proud of that.
Okay, was there anything specific that Obama did to directly, because you're African American, right?
Yes, sir.
You're African American, right?
Yes, sir.
Was there anything Obama did to directly impact the African American community?
Well, like I said before, I'm not really too informed on his presidency because I'm just.
Well, I'm just from what you can see, like, because
Well, I can tell you just from being in Atlanta, African Americans in Atlanta are doing better than ever. Like, our economy, like we're becoming heads of companies and corporations and stuff. Like, we're moving up and progressing. So, just.
What about globally, the African American community? Because more so now, these past couple years, you've seen more police shootings. The crime rates have gone up. Even unemployment has went up. It's been higher than it's ever been. So what do you think about President Obama and the things that he hasn't touched on concerning, you know, how we kill each other in our own communities and things like that?
You know, that's just always going to happen. People aren't going to get along with each other, but times are going to get better. I would hope so. Even though these shootings still are happening, I think, got to keep your head up, look for things that are positive in the life.
What about you?
Man, I think if you're gonna to fix the problem that we have in our community, we got to get rid of guns. If there were no guns and if there weren't guns anywhere, like if no one had guns, there wouldn't be shootings. Guns just amplify any situation. Like, so I just think there's no point in having it. So we need to have gun laws restricted. But you got to deal with the NRA, and that's a whole other thing. So I wish Obama would have tackled the NRA a little bit more than what he did. But I know it's a tough task.
Obama do for us as a people? What things did he change for our way of living? Did he make anything better for us?
I felt like he just gave everyone hope. He brightened up the country, so to speak. More people felt good, and he helped a lot. He was more involved with the communities, you know, and I'm an athlete, and I see him with a whole bunch of athletes, you know, trying to connect with the black people, and I really appreciated him for all that, you know.
Okay, how about you?
Same thing he said.
Okay. How did he help the black community?
Yeah, he just went out more with him, you know what I'm saying?
He just hung out with us, that's it?
And he went out like, he tried to bring us out more, you know what I'm saying? Bring us together and everything. So that's how I feel like.
How do you feel about Obama being our former president? Like, do you feel like he did a good job? Like, how do you feel about he was in office?
Yeah, he did a great job. For the situation he was coming into, you know, way back when, 8 years ago, he did our country a service.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What did Barack Obama do for the community, like the black community?
It wasn't necessarily that, because he had so many hoops he had to jump through. I think it was probably harder for him to go specifically for the black community, but helping unemployment rate, jobs, healthcare, insurance, just things that he knew probably that minority communities and low-income communities would have a trouble getting. He kind of did it indirectly, helping the black community, if that makes sense.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
But nothing specific. I wish he would have did more for the black community specifically, but I don't think that would have gotten him a lot of support when he tried to pass other bills and things. So,
what did Obama do for us?
He did my brother's keeper, but that's like
he released a lot of inmates. That's good. He did some with
nonviolent offenses too. Bam, there you go.
He did a lot for like schools. Then he like lowering tuition or like something about tuition. I don't know. He just did a lot of positive stuff out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Okay, now, all right. The schools in Chicago and the crime rates in Chicago. What did he do for that?
Did he what?
I haven't been to Chicago, so I can't say.
Chicago, you know, I don't know what happened in Chicago.
I'm from Chicago, but I don't know.
I still think some of the same kind of things going on in Chicago. I don't know.
Right. It got worse. So, do you think we should be looking for somebody in this system to help us, or we should gather together and find another way?
Okay, people have been gathering together for a long time, trying to help us for a long time. I just feel like violence is just going to happen either way it goes, no matter if somebody tries to stop it or not.
I don't think it's organized, so I don't think anything's getting done.
Okay, now.
There's like not a specific person, like a leader, so nothing's getting done.
Okay, great. That's a good answer. Now, according to what I stated earlier about the Bible, what if we lean on the Bible and start following the things that's in the Bible? Then we're held accountable to a higher standard, right?
But everyone doesn't necessarily believe in that.
No, I'm saying gather together with like-minded people that's willing to obey what the Bible says because they understand the outcome of not following what the Bible say. Like, for example, right? Let's just say a percentage of our people wanted to believe in thou shalt not kill. How do you think that would impact the so-called black-on-black crime rate?
It would lower it, but it still happened.
I feel like it just depends really, like what you say, but also what's taught in the house. Like how your parents raise you.
Everybody knows thou shalt not kill. Everyone knows that. Even the people who do kill, even people in jail knows that.
Here's the thing. There's knowing, then there's applying. Are we willing as a people to apply? Like the laws on marriage, right? We already know that a man's not supposed to go from woman to woman to woman to woman. He's supposed to lay down with one woman. That woman's supposed to be.
Supposed to do that though.
According to the Bible, if a man lay down with a woman, he's got to marry that woman. He can't leave her. So these are the things that would help out our communities. If a man know that, hey, if I lay down with the sister, I gotta marry her, he's not just gonna be looking for the next thing to jump on, right? So these are the things as a people we need to start. You saying there's no positive leaders, but we do have leaders now that's enforcing those things.
I just feel like, okay, you know how like in the 50s and 40s and stuff, people were like really religious and stuff like that. And I feel like that's already, I mean, like people tried it and I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
They tried. Here's the thing.
They were living that life kind of like very religiously and stuff like that. And then now it's just, and from then to now, it's just, it's not the same. So.
All right. Now, with that being said, were we better then or now? You already answered that.
I mean, my parents weren't even here. They're from Cameroon, so I really don't know.
I feel like
looking back on history, right? So as a community, were we better then or were we better now?
We weren't better then, and not in the 50s and 60s. We were definitely not better.
They were more organized.
Are you talking about the black community? Yeah. We were better. They worked together. They actually did things like the stuff they did as far as like marches and like like groups getting together, speeches and like gathering in the church. Like they did all that. All that now that's not gonna happen. Well, it might happen sometimes, not really, but it's kind of less likely to happen.
People my age really don't want to do that. I mean, I tried telling a friend to come to a protest with me today, and she was like, no. So
I don't like getting involved in like politics and like.
But I don't really like getting involved in politics. We should protest peacefully because I feel like this election just wasn't fair.
So Shalom, family. To conclude this episode of Cuts from the Street, as you've seen, some of our people they're very lost. So all praises to the Most High for giving us the opportunity to come out here and show our people this truth. They're very lost and want to maintain the state of the system. But all praises, we're out here to show them that there is another way out. There's a way for us to gather together and be united and not have to make not have to vote for
the lesser of two evils.
Right.
Not even that, being voting for the other nations in general when the scriptures tell us that, you know, we shouldn't even be voting for people who are outside of our race.
Right.
They don't even know. Can we get that?
Yeah, get that.
You got that?
Got it.
Get that. Pull that script, man.
Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee.
So, this is a commandment from God. It says, thou shalt what?
Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee.
So, we setting a king over us, right? A president is a king over us, right?
That's what they basically are, the king of this place.
Exactly. So the Bible is dealing with when the children of Israel want to set them a king over themselves. Go ahead.
Whom the Lord thy God shall choose.
You see that? God has to choose somebody for us.
One from among thy brethren.
One from among who?
One from among thy brethren.
So, is Donald Trump our people? Is Hillary Clinton our people? No, they're not our people. So why are we trying to set and vote and buy into this system when Hillary Clinton, she won the popular vote, right?
Yeah, she won the popular vote. But that's the thing we're trying to show them. They're not gonna make a system for you to vote your way out of oppression or vote them out of ruling. You're not gonna get. We have some brothers that say, nah, it's bigger than just voting for president. You have to vote at the local. You even gotta vote for the right person to be your librarian, dog. So pull that script right quick. I'm about to show you. That's how the system is made. The system has always been made for them to choose their king, them to choose their ruler. Okay? It should be 1 Maccabees 8:15.
Gotcha.
Go ahead.
1 Maccabees chapter 8 and verse 15. Moreover, how they had made for themselves a Senate house, wherein 320 men sat in council daily, consulting all way for the people, to the end they might well be ordered. They might be well ordered, and that they committed their government to one man every year.
To one. Back then, they committed the presidency to one man for 1 year. Now they do it for 4 years. It's the same system, the same devils. Go ahead.
Who ruled over all their country.
Just like when you become the president of this place, they call you the leader of the free world. You have power over all the nations. Okay? So there's no way you can vote your way out of this oppression. There's only one thing you can do to crumble this society. And our people, they cringe when you tell them all you have. It's so simple. All you gotta do is repent. See, that's it. See, repent that's the thing. Our people think this Bible is so deep that something gotta float from the sky and it's gotta be magical sparkle. Nah, it's simple. Repent, keep the commandments, and your kingdom's gonna come and you're gonna rule. It's that simple. It's not complicated at all. The only thing complicated is this place have made your sentence. This place, you get to customize your oppression by voting, and then in return, this place gives you the liberty to sin however you want to. That's the only thing that complicates things. You fighting your flesh. Okay? With that, we want to thank y'all for always watching. Like this, share it, comment, tell us what contents you would like to see next. Help us improve. All right? Continue to send in your donations. And also on Sundays,
Patient Saints
do not forget to turn in to Radio, the #1 radio show in all Israel, all the world on Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock. Tune in. All right.
Hey, don't forget Patient Saints Radio. You never know what city they pop up in, man. So they could be coming to a city near you
or country.
Hey,
I ain't gonna say no more. I ain't gonna say. I'm gonna leave it there.
Cuts from the street could be coming to a city near you, huh?
Very soon. And I can't hold water, so don't pressure me. Don't pressure me. Don't pressure me. I ain't gonna tell y'all everything.
Hey, shalom.
All right, shalom. Let's cut.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.